Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Egld. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. So as you can see, we do have a Fibonacci retracement set up from the swing high we printed back in November of 2021 and the swing low printed in June of 2021 as well. We retraced back down to the first fib level at around about 53.6, and we didn't reach the 1.272, which was our minimal target. Now, from that all-time high price, as you can see, we have come back down around about 95-94%, which is usually what altcoins do in a bear market. So this is a good area to start dollar cost averaging into a multiverse X. As you can see, we are having a second fib retracement on the chart. If I zoom in a little bit more and I remove the larger fib from the background, so we have the swing high here printed in December of 2022 and the swing low printed in December of actually both the local lows and the local high is in December. We saw a retracement all the way to the 1.414, and then we saw a capitulation down below 36 cents, even 37 cents. And this was a good buying area. I did give you all of these levels in the previous update. So if you managed to enter, let's say, off the 0.382 fib level, right now you could potentially be sitting at, or you could have been sitting at a 20% move to the upside. Right now, that's a 9.5 move to the upside. So still, this is not a very, not a very profitable trade, but a profitable trade nonetheless. But I did enter Egld here at these prices. If you want to get all of my buy alerts, that's going to be in my Patreon. The link is down below in the description. As well, you can get a lot of podcasts, exclusive podcasts for members only, my trade alerts, my portfolio, low cap gems that I'm buying into. I take a look at your requests. We take a look at the markets. We break down major economic events. So it's just a nice community. And if you want to support me, of course, you can do that. So we also are holding the golden ratio right now of this Fibonacci retracement at $40.60. And as you can see, this is the third candle that is opened above this area. So this goes to show that this is a pretty strong support level. Overall, we're doing very good as we are printing a higher low. So we have this low in January 2023. We have the next low, which is higher. So ideally, for a continuation of this local uptrend, we do need to break the local high, move to the upside here. So we do need to break that high. So it depends on how low we go here. But let's assume that we have printed our local low for this move to the downside. Our next move to the upside, if we break this local high, we're going to be looking at $65.48 as our next technical target. And that would take us somewhere closer to the November 2022 high. Ideally, what we want to be doing is we want to be breaking above the August 2022 high, because that is a major key resistance level. After that, after we solidify above the August level, then we can start talking about breaking some of these previous support levels as resistance. So let me bring back the large fib retracement, just so that you can see what's going on here. Okay, so on the large fib, I also want you to pay attention to the golden ratio here. That is going to be a major resistance level. So this is actually what could be our major resistance level in August this year. So if we see that move to the upside that I keep talking about in August/September, which usually does happen, and you did see that all the way back here in 2020, in 2021, but Egld hasn't been trading on Binance for that long, so we don't have that much data. But as you can see here, in 2022 in August, we had that little move to the upside. In 2021 September, you had that move to the upside. And what else? In 2020, you had, what else did you have? Yes, you had that move to the upside in September as well. So every single year you do see a local high printed in August or in September. So we, mathematically speaking, we could be looking at the same outcome once again. And I'm just looking at some resistance levels that we could be targeting. So $130.65 is the golden ratio of this larger fib retracement. And if we come back up to it, back test it as resistance and get sent back down, that's going to be a dead cat bounce. Typically, that means that you come back down to where you started retracing from, which in this case is going to be somewhere around $40. Now, we don't really want to be seeing that. Now, the golden ratio here has held us as support back in March and January of 2022 and back in August of 2021. So this is an important level for us to hold and to break, of course, at first, because the golden ratio, as you know, is the most important level of the fib retracement. Once you break the golden ratio, the chances of retracing all the way back up to the first fib or the zero fib level, which is the local high, are greatly increased. So that's pretty much it for the daily chart. If I take a look at the RSI, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we moved below the golden support block, but I told you once you come back here, that's going to be a nice dollar cost averaging area, as we have seen previously. Every time you bounce or every time you come and touch that area, you see a move to the upside. So the white trend line here is something that you can target for exits if you're looking for a short-term trade or you're looking to exit your position completely. In my case, I'm not swing trading Elrond or Multiverse X right now at all, as I want to be extra safe, especially during volatile times like this. In case we do see a strong move to the upside, I want to have my tokens in that scenario. Now, let's move over to the weekly chart on Binance. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart on Binance, as you can see, we came back down into this green support block and we wicked all the way almost down to the bottom of the support block, but not really. And right now what is happening is we had a wick to the upside and that got sold off pretty quickly. So a lot of selling pressure above $40 for Egld. So you want to be avoiding trading in these situations, because you can see you have large wicks to the downside, large wicks to the upside. In this case, what really is the best thing to do is, if you're able, stake your crypto. If you're able, move it to a cold wallet. If you're able, have some money prepared to buy potential dips that are going to be incoming. So if we see a flash crash, if we see a black swan event, whatever, if you see the strong pushback on the most or the majority of the altcoins, potentially Egld is going to be coming back down below $30, all the way down to $20.60, based off of this 2020 trading range that we had in December of 2020 and January 2021. So yeah, that's potentially where we could land. What also could happen is that we just have a massive wick to the downside with an immediate recovery in the next day, and then we continue to the upside. That's also very possible. I'm not saying that is going to happen. I'm just saying, in case that happens, make sure you have some cash to buy this dip. Taking a look at the weekly RSI, we're back in the support block here in the medium support block. If you break below that, the white support trend line here is going to be your major level to hold. So be on the lookout for that. Let's take a look at the stochastic. We just started moving up, but we're already curling to the sides. Maybe we get a bearish cross. So if we're back down below the stochastic level of 20, which means we're oversold, then that's going to be a great buying opportunity and a great accumulation area, just like we saw over here. Okay. And obviously, once we come back up, that's going to be an area where you want to be taking profits. For example, jumping into the 3-day chart, as you can see, we almost got there with this move to the upside. Let's jump into, what do you want to jump into? The daily chart. So on the daily chart, we peaked out here in the middle of February, and then we're pulling back down here. We are not quite down in the oversold yet, but this is going to be a strong area to create a position. So if you still don't have any Egld, I would say anything below $40 is very cheap. Not a financial advice, obviously, but I do have a good position in Egld, and I am going to be waiting until we get to the next bull market and until we start getting overextended. For long-term targets, if we drop a fib retracement on the chart from the swing low to the swing high, the 1.272 and the 1.414 are our long-term targets for the next bull market. So $876 and $1,263. That is pretty much it for this video. If I missed out anything important, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Patreon, Telegram, Discord. All the links are down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.